really, really proud of this team for taking a step over the last month. You look at the way we played December 30th to where we're at now. I think we showed a lot more composure. We definitely took a step in the right direction defensively from this game compared to the Pepperdine game. But I think just the poise and composure we showed has taken a step, and if we can do that over the next month, we'll be in a pretty dang good spot down the stretch.
So Reed doesn't feel like missing too much right now. I mean, his last 3 games, double figures, the longest streak of his career in that mark, career high against a D1 opponent tonight. Just what have you seen from him from just not only obviously doing some of the other little things we've talked about, driving to the hoop, getting rebounds, but just in the sense of finding his shot and just putting it up with confidence?
I think it just he's been ready to break out for even since the beginning of last season. Like early in the season, before he got the double broken hands, he was dominating practice, and he got hurt. And the same thing this year, he was our leading scorer all the fall, and they got the shoulder injury that knocked him out for a month. And then, he's just kind of had some rough luck, and it makes me it feels good to know that our practices have integrity. Like if Ree's doing that in practice, you got to trust what's going to come in the game at some point. And it took way too long, but it came. And like the same kind of thing could be said for Adria, who's starting to come into his own a little bit, where it's the stuff that we saw all fall that was just not happening in games. Indeed's another guy that's starting to look a little more assertive. And so just really proud of Reed for sticking with it and fighting through the adversity and starting to play a lot more confident now.
You mentioned Adria last I think it's 6 games, maybe 5. Yeah, 6 games, 27 assists, 5 turnovers. Just how much, obviously still not a ton in the scoring department, but just how much of from when it comes to the assist to turnover ratio was what you kind of envisioned when you got him back in the summer?
That's exactly it. I mean, we got a point guard out there, and he plays the game like a point guard, and I think he was spinning a little bit and not seeing things a step ahead of everyone else like he normally does when the game started, and I think he's starting to do that now. You see him getting in the lane, and he's like throwing these passes before the guys are even open, and I think that's where he's starting to get a little more comfortable, and all these guys are starting to play a little more connected because of that.
Last 2 games, Jerome doesn't have a field goal. Just what maybe do you feel like is holding him back right now, and kind of how do you get him out of that slump?
It's a good question. Today for sure, the foul trouble was something in the first half that kind of took him out of rhythm. He's been doing a great job. He's been one of our best players in conference play since he came back from Christmas break, and just kind of a weird 2-game stretch. He's been good in practices. I don't want to overthink it. I think he's just going to come in and get some open looks and hit the ground running again.
With the Reed shooting it so well, I'm curious about his stamina and conditioning to be the guy that's always running up and down, running around screens. Where is that part of his game at, and what kind of work does he put in to kind of build up that stamina?
I mean, he does it every day in practice, and obviously you don't become a great shooter like that if you're not in the gym a lot. But he's a guy, even when he was hurt, he was taking the extra reps to stay in condition. He was in there with Zach, our strength coach, and after practice he's got ropes tied to his back and he's sprinting. I don't know what they're doing over there, but he came in really, really good shape, and he didn't allow different injuries to slow him down. And I think he's always just been a mover on the court.
What do you like best about you guys' defense tonight?
We didn't let someone get going. I think that was a big piece where you look at the stat sheet from a lot of our games, man, this guy had a career night. Man, this guy went off on us. This star player, their best shooter had 6 threes. And so I thought we did a good job of limiting runs, and once the guys started getting going, we were able to kind of shut their water off a little bit. And so I just think kind of that being able to adjust a little bit more was something that was important for us.
You mentioned in the San Diego loss that your defense needed to do some soul searching to get better. Today might be a step towards that direction. What do you think is the ceiling for this defense?
So we were pretty bad to start the season off, both sides of the ball. I don't know the exact game, but there's a website, Bart Torvik, where you can kind of see the efficiency of your team throughout a certain subset of games. And so I can't remember what game it was, but it was a 7-game stretch that I believe was after the Maui Invitational, where we were a top 25 defense. And then there was another 7 or 8 game stretch where you look at the numbers and we were a top 25 off. I think it was a top 10 offense. And so that's been kind of the challenge to these guys. Like, hey, like we got to put it all together. We show them we can guard. We show them we can rebound. We show we can score offensively. But as soon as we start focusing on something else, one of these things goes out the window. And so I think that's been the challenge to these guys is like, you know, after that San Diego game, we looked at the numbers. Like we were one of the worst 3-point percentage defenses in the country. Well, I think the 3 for 21 probably helped that tonight. And hopefully we climb a little bit better than that. But like, I think just trying to put it all together with these guys, and they're super coachable. They really do what we emphasize, and now hopefully we can just kind of touch everything a little bit more because we're not fixing things at this point.
Today you guys had over 20 fouls. It seemed like you guys were playing very aggressive defense. Was that intentional to get Seattle out of their rhythm?
We talked about playing with more force, and I thought we had some silly fouls in the first half, especially that, you know, probably don't want, but the ones where we're, you know, challenging catches or going up to block shots or pushing guys out and being physical, I'll take those all day. Now the ones where we're kind of ticky-tack and we're swiping low when they're going to get free throws, like those are the ones we got to make sure we're not giving them free points. But I think the fouling and the turnovers were two areas that we're going to look back on the film and probably have to make some adjustments or get better at. But overall, I think the aggressiveness, like you said, was something that helped us.
Ace Glass today, he had 0 points in the first half. There's been multiple games this season where he has a slow first half, but then he starts to burst offensively in the second half. What do you think the team can do to get him going quicker in the game or get him more points in the first half?
You know, teams are going to key on him, and the way our offense is like we're not drawing up a bunch of plays to like force feed him the ball. We're going to take what the defense gives us. So they put 2 on the ball a lot of times the first half, and he's having to make simple reads. And I thought he's made a big jump. Like you look back at some of the games early, there's some turnovers and tough shots early that took him out of rhythm, and he wasn't able to have these second halves that he's having. And so I think just him staying with it, not breaking his rhythm, getting the simple plays and whatever the defense gives him has allowed him in the second half to be more aggressive because he's not overthinking. He's not hesitant because he's got too many turnovers or taking 4 shots. Like Was he 0 for I don't know what he was from 3 in the first half. It wasn't great. And like they were all great shots. And so he's not overthinking. Like, I just got to make my shots. You're not thinking, do I got to do this? Do I got to do that? And I think his simplicity has helped him a lot with that.
You've been touching on the defense a lot, but I just kind of want to know what specifically you liked from holding their top 2 scorers, Braden and Will, to just 3 field goals.
That was a really big key for us, especially with Maldonado. He's an amazing scorer, and so we just wanted to make him work every time he had to bring the ball up the floor. And I thought that may have got him out of rhythm a little bit, and we tried to be a little more aggressive off his pin downs, and they made us pay for that at points when they got those slip buckets in the first half, and you know there was a few adjustments on both sides with those, but I think at the end of the day we wanted to limit his open clean looks from 3, and until the end of the game I don't think we gave up too many of those.
I got to ask about the 19 turnovers. Is that just a product of playing Seattle U, or were you guys a little bit loose with the ball yourselves?
For sure, Seattle U is an elite defensive team. I think some of the offensive fouls were lazy. Like, we got to use our bodies. We can't be using our hands like that. I think there was some over-penetration from us at different times where we didn't give passing lines and we over-penetrated. So there's some controllable stuff that we gotta limit, but it's, you know, against a team, usually our goal is like 10 turnovers. Against a team like Seattle U, it might be 12 to 14. We gotta take away those 5 or 6 that we can really control.
How close is Tomas to getting back out there?
Sounds like at least another week or 2.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Go Cougs!
And you tell us about the fadeaway jumper you hit in the second half. How comfortable are you with taking those kinds of shots?
I mean, I'm a basketball player. I work on jumpers every single day and shoot around and practice and stuff, so I can shoot the ball. I'm not going to be cocky and say, you know, it's a consistent shot, but I can shoot the ball when I have to shoot the ball, and yeah, made it today, yeah.
And then, Rhea, I mean, 24 points on 5 threes, most for you against a D1 opponent in your career. Just feel hot out there? What was kind of working well for you on offense?
Yeah, my teammates find me. We shared the ball well. I think we ran. We got stops at first. We found the open guys, and it got to be me that was left open. So, yeah, I just used the advantage of what the defense was giving me, and my teammates did a great job of finding me.
First time you guys played them, you guys combined to go 7-20. Tonight, 14 of 19. Just what were maybe kind of the adjustments you made? You know, obviously with the knowledge that they're stingy defensively, what did you guys do to kind of adjust the way that you knew that they were going to defend you?
We knew they gonna be aggressive with the shooters, especially with me and Ace trying to top lock the screen. So use that as an advantage. If they top locking us, go back door or just get other teammates open. So just use the aggressiveness against them, and that was the plan.
And I believe a career high in assists for you. It seems like that part of your game has grown a little bit this year. Just where have you kind of tried to work on your ability to pass out of the post and create shots for your teammates?
I mean, I feel like I'm a good passer out the post. I mean, most of the season I haven't really been able to display that. But I feel like, in the post I'm pretty good in general. Just like if scoring or passing out the post or knowing when to pass the ball out when they bring a double. So, yeah, I mean, it's something I worked on, but I feel like I've always been able to make those reads.
Ree, you hit 1-3, I think it was in the first half, top of the key. Guy had his hand in your face, didn't matter. Just kind of for you, I mean, how much does that signify just how much of a zone you're in right now when shots like that are going with confidence and are going in with confidence?
Yeah, I mean, every time I catch the ball, I have to look confident, look at the rim. And as I said, I'm just going to use what the defender gives us, a little jab or whatever, just try to get him off of me and use the advantage against him.
Favors, with the game breaking away in the second half, you kind of went on a hot streak, and you had two emphatic plays, a three-pointer in the right corner and a dunk. It kind of energized the team and the crowd. What do those types of plays make for your confidence?
Of course. I mean, we're trying to make momentum plays for our team. Those are two great plays that we made, and we were able to pull the win off and go on a little run at the end. So all the plays we make, we're trying to make momentum for our other teammates, and it got to be me this time. And there can be any other teammate on a given night that can do those plays. So we're just trying to help each other, lift each other up, and make the momentum at the end.
I guess question for either of you. You guys held their leading scorer, Braden Maldonado, to 3 of 12 shooting. Kind of what did you see on the defensive end that really slowed him down?
I mean, we had a game plan coming into the game because we know he's a pretty streaky and hot shooter. So we wanted to be aggressive on him and, try to make him, think twice when he comes off the ball screen or try to make him retreat when he comes off the ball screen. And then most of the game we try to do that. And we slipped up a couple times, but I felt like we moved on when we slipped up and stuff. But yeah.
Another question here in the back. Rihards Vavers, what got into you tonight? We saw a missed dunk from you last game. Did you get a little extra work today, or what got into you to get that dunk today?
I seen Okafor, and he passed me the ball. So, I'm inspired from him. He'd be, getting on the rim, hanging, yelling. So I kind of try to implement what he does, and hope I did well.
I love that. Congratulations, boys.
Andy, let's talk first about the fadeaway jumper. That's something a little different. We haven't seen that in your toolbox as much, but that was on display in the second half.
Yeah, I've been always, I could make a jump shot. I don't know why that's a surprising, but yeah, I mean, I worked on it with Jerry Brown in the offseason. I'm just confident out there offensively, and that's what it showed today.
We didn't teach him that at NBA Academy. I tell you what, we didn't let him shoot.
Yeah.
We didn't let him shoot the jump shots.
Yeah.
Well, you were banging with their big guys.
Yeah.
You and Maurer and Dan were really the referees for most part let you guys bang on each other.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of my game, just banging with any big in the country. I mean, I feel like I can go head-to-head with any big in the country with strength-wise and, speed-wise and everything. So, yeah, I'm confident in myself, so that's why I bang with every big.
Big back-to-back wins for you guys.
Right.
Where do you feel like you guys are growing as a team right now?
I think we're growing, we're learning how to play with each other. And the offense, the start of the season, we was kind of iffy on the offense, but on the offensive side, we kind of simplify stuff, and guys know what to do on offense, and it's just way more smoothing. Yeah.
Rihards Vavers did a nice job tonight getting open. He thought he moved without the ball. He got good shots. I loved your assist late. I thought you were going to dunk the ball. Instead, you found ace glass in the corner.
Definitely. I mean,
a nice pass. You guys shared the ball very well.
Definitely. I mean, I always try to get the guys involved. I want everyone to eat and everyone to score. So, I'll give up them shots just for my teammates to score, yeah.
What's the next step for this team? How do you guys take it to the next level going forward to this weekend?
We just got to keep stacking these wins. I don't know who we play next, Oregon State or Portland, but we just keep stacking these wins and try to finish the season strong.
Well, Andy Okafor, thank you for your time. Congratulations on the victory and the nice performance tonight.
Thank you guys so much.
Well done, Andy.
Thank you.